Thank you, I've been working on it hard. Feel free to buy me a birthday beer because most of my gigs pay me in weed. So. But professional comedian too, I love comedy. It's the best thing in the world is to be able to get paid to talk shit, you know. There's no other job you can go to where you can like smoke weed and drink with the customers. You can't do that shit at Walmart. No, not twice, you can't do that shit twice. They fire the fuck out of me for that. I've had some shitty jobs too, man. I worked for Uber. And it's not a bad job, but people suck, man. I was dropping a couple off at home, man, about 5 minutes from their drop-off point. And I hear noises in the background. And I turn around and see what the noises were. She is giving him head in my back seat. I snapped. I forgot I was at work. Him and I forget you at work to start cussing and shit. I turned around and said, "Ooh, bitch, you know what? You better swallow." I said, "For God, you better swallow. You better put shit in my motherfucking clock." I was pissed. And she was scared because you hear like the choker. Trying not to spill nothing. We got to the drop-off point. I looked at the back seat. She didn't spill a drop. I gave her 5 stars. Go for DoorDash. DoorDash is weird, you know. I start working at around when it gets dark, you know, like winter time. I start working at 5 o'clock because I'm not scared of the police and I'm not scared of thugs or anything. I'm scared of Karens. I don't want to be driving down the street and they're calling the police like this. A guy looking at all like doors and shit, you know. So I start working at a certain time. And I had the people call me. Corporate called me. Well, not corporate. Some lady that worked for DoorDash called me at like 1 o'clock in the morning. She was like, "Yeah, so-and-so said they didn't get their order." I said, what time was the order? She's like, 6 o'clock? I said, "What time is it now?" She said, 1 a.m. I said, "You didn't see, when did she call you?" She's like, 5 minutes ago. Like, "You didn't see any red flags?" Like, you took that call? Exactly how stupid are you? And she got mad and said, "You're calling me stupid?" I said, "No, it's obvious you're stupid. I'm trying to find out how stupid are you?" And that's when corporate called my house the next morning. Apparently not supposed to call people stupid over the phone. Yeah, I think I might have said bitch too, I don't know. I had been drinking by that point, I had been drinking. I worked at one place, I worked for a catering company, I was a bartender. And the job was cool, but then we had this old lady, like 145, 150 years old. And she would rub on people and fill on them, you know, at work. And nobody wanted to turn her in because she was old, she had to pay for her medicine from Canada. So we didn't say anything, you know. You know how it feels to be felt up by an old lady every day at work? It feels dirty. Especially when you did get hot, it feels real dirty then. I was like, you gotta stop and finish here, so my lunch break almost over. I kind of missed that job now that I think about it. I'm glad this lockdown shit was over, man. This lockdown was rough. It wasn't bad for me though, because when Minnesota shut down, Wisconsin sued their governor and they stayed open. So I started sneaking across state lines on the underground COVID railroad to do comedy in Wisconsin. And nah, that joke's too long. I was gonna tell that shit. It's too fucking long. I'm telling you.
You were at 3:30.
Oh yeah, time. Fuck that. So this guy gave me some DMT. Anybody knows what DMT is?
Woo!
Of course you do. I had no idea. I was like, "What is this?" He's like, "It's DMT." I said, "What the fuck's that?" It's dimethyltryptamine. I said, "I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs, man. Just weed and shrooms. I don't fuck with drugs." He said, "Look, there's good drugs and there's bad drugs. So what's the difference?" He said, "Well, good drugs make you think you can fly, and bad drugs make you think you can fly, and it's a good idea to take off from the roof." So he gave me a vial. He said, "This is 4 hits." He gave me a scale. He said, "Go home to Minnesota and have fun." And now I'm impressed because no one has ever given me drugs and a scale. It's fucking impressive. I got home and I had 4 different hits, 4 different experiences, you know. The first one, I put some DMT in my bong and I smoked it. And for 15 minutes, I saw ancient, sacred, geometric shapes floating around. I don't know if they're ancient, sacred. This sounds better than hallucinations. I had hallucinations for 15 minutes. It's fucking boring. So the next day, I'm gonna pull a little bit more in and try it again. I did, and my teeth melted together into one big tooth. And I don't know if that tooth grew or if I shrank, but I climbed inside of my tooth. And the world was gone, it's just me inside of my tooth, judging myself, like, I should brush more on the sides, I should floss more. And then it was it. And I hadn't talked to any aliens or entities, because that's what he told me I was going to do. I was going to talk to aliens and entities, and I'd go to another dimension. It didn't happen. I tried it twice. So the third time I put a little bit more in, because I want to talk to these aliens and entities. And I put it in and I smoked it, and I melted into the couch. Me and the couch became one. And that started spreading. I became one with the room and one with the nation. And by the time that trip was over, I was connected to everything in existence in the multiverse. It was fucking amazing. But I didn't talk to any aliens and entities, and that's why I'm smoking this shit. So the next day, to make sure it works, I packed my bong full of weed. And on top of that, I put the keef. You'll explain what keef is later, right?
No.
And on top of that, I put some DMT, and I smoked it. And then it happened. My body started tingling, all of my muscles tensed up, and then pow! I had an orgasm. I had an orgasm for 15 fucking minutes. See, only a few people understand the gravity of the situation. Think back to your last really good orgasm. Some of you guys may think back further than others. I'll give you a second. Now think about how much energy it took and how tired you were. Now stretch that bitch out for 15 minutes. I was freaking out. 15 minutes straight. I thought this was the rest of my fucking life. Because, you know, mid-orgasm, there's no time. There's no time when you're in orgasm. You don't believe me, the next time you come and check the clock, it's not even there, it's gone. There's no time. So now, it's finally over, my body's wrecked, I'm tired, I'm sweating, and I realized I gotta go pick up my daughter from work in an hour and a half. And I'm walking to the bathroom, and 5 seconds later, I had another orgasm. And every 5 seconds for the next hour and a half, I had a full body orgasm. I learned something that night. I learned you cannot take a shit while having an orgasm. None of you have thought about it, some of you are gonna try it. It's not gonna work. It's not going to work. So now I'm in trouble. I'm heading to pick up my daughter. I'm having these orgasms every 5 seconds. I'm scared because you can't put like police have an orgasm. You know why I push over? Oh, it's not a good look. I get to my daughter's job and I pick her up. The orgasm stops as soon as she gets in the car. And the whole ride home, I'm just thanking God these orgasms are over. And I've decided if I ever come across DMT again, I'm gonna smoke it. And the hell with those aliens and entities in another dimension. I'm going back to orgasm land. Thank you guys much.